Things have been pretty quiet around the office here at the National since the news, the exultant news, of the discovery of one of the ships, Erebus or Terror, from the legendary Franklin expedition. Now, knowing Peter's fascination with the North and his real fascination with Franklin's sad saga, I can report that he is containing his excitement very well indeed. Aside from showing up to the morning meeting in an orange survival suit, singing Stan Rogers hits, and of course a flurry of phone calls to Johnny Depp, you'd hardly know he cared at all. I know, though, why he's impressed, and actually, he should be, because it's a great yarn. The Franklin expedition is ripe with marvel and magic. It was a quest, a grail search on both ends. The expedition itself was a quest, and for a century and a half, the compulsion to learn what really happened to the expedition was also a quest. It was the North, symbol and reality, the polar region's beckoning power, the vast cold white field into which the crew disappeared beyond detection for so long. And it was the scale of the loss originally, the 128 dead, the grimly named ships, Erebus, Terror, and the ever-evolving stories of how crew and captain in those terrible, lost, last Arctic nights hung on. Then the wife of Captain Franklin enters the stream, keening for her husband and starting the first search. All these elements fused, the heroism, the foolhardiness, the desolation, and the bravery, the grievous loss, and the widow's tale. This story was charged with mythic power. And myth is deep history. Every country has stories of origin or triumph or loss. In fact, every country needs them. And ours, being a young country, perhaps has more need of them than others. Super critic Canadian Northrop Frye spent a whole lifetime alerting us to the importance of national myth. It is the story that precedes all other stories. Human beings tell stories, and myths tell us. And by way of painters, folk singers, historians, novelists, and journalists, the story's been told. Franklin's doomed voyage has been utterly alluring to artists, and they have planted it in our collective imagination. So, the quite superb efforts by the Franklin research team at Parks Canada to search and locate one of those two vessels, those fatal barks, is an excellent moment for lovers of Canadiana. And we haven't just found a ship. Science has opened a path to history, and they have met in common purpose and re-enlivened a great fragment of our nation's common story. And as for Peter, I can call him captain for just one more day. For the National, I'm Rex Murphy.